right, well, praise the Lord, everybody. We first of all, we just want to thank God for being here one more time.
Yes,
We
sir.
also want to thank Apostle Moore for that great presentation. We got a hand praise for that. And we got people in the business, and that's all you do. Basically, get eyeballs on the information. We don't have to talk about it. We don't have to explain it. Basically, invite and we'll let the presentation do the work for itself. But at this time, we're going to do a training for about the next 10, 15 minutes. And we're going to talk about understanding the pay centers, exactly how they work, what we really need to do to make them work better for us so we can maximize these pay centers and get people through them and make as much money as we need to make. So first of all, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give you some terms that you're going to hear a lot when we talk about the pay centers, okay? And some of these terms, one is called follow me, okay? So these are follow me pay centers, meaning that when you bring a person in, you bring 2 in or 200 in, every time they do what we call a cycle, we're going to talk about what a cycle is. Every time they complete a cycle, and you complete a cycle when your last position fills up, okay? That's called a cycle, meaning all 6 positions got filled up, so you were cycling off, and you have an option to either enter back in. I got my little pointer here. You have an option to enter back in or to upgrade, okay, once your 6 positions are filled, okay? But what happens is, everyone that you bring in, when they cycle, whatever pay center you're on at that moment, the computer will find you and put them in the closest positions from left to right, okay? So if one of your members, let's say you're on a $50 pay center, and one of your members on a $25 pay center, and he cycles off, and you're there, you have no positions filled, that member will fill number 1 on your $50 pay center, from left to right. It always goes from left to right, okay? Everybody with me? Okay, another thing we want to talk about is 100% payout. You need to know this about these pay centers. On every level, it works the same way. Every time someone lands on what we call your pay line, as you can see, your pay line is the position with 4 positions. Actually, both levels are pay lines. Okay, this is someone else's pay line, and this is your pay line. But you don't know your pay line, because your pay line always has 4 positions, and it's at the bottom of your pay center where you get paid out. And anyone that's on that pay line, instantly you get paid. You'll get the phone call, and that same day, you and that person will make arrangements of how you get paid. And as we know, once that person pays you, you go to your website, you activate them paid, their website opens up, and they can continue on making money. Okay? And you will have another term called upgrade. Okay? Upgrading is when you leave one pay center and you want to upgrade to begin to make double the money that you just left. So, for instance, when you leave the $25 pay center, you have a choice. And let me just show you the 3 choices. We'll put the upgrade in there. Once a person leaves the $25 pay center, they just made $100. They have a choice. They can take their $100 and they can walk with it. They don't have to do anything. It's their business. They got 100% resale rights to the company product, so they can take that money and they can leave. They can go vacationing, okay? Or option number 2, they can take their $100, they can keep 75 of it, and they can take the last 25 and re-enter back into this pay center to make another $100. That's option 2, okay? And option 3 is they can take this $100, okay? They could upgrade to the $50 level so they can reinvest their money and get 100% more than they had in the last pay center. So as you can see, each pay center goes up 100% from 25 to 50 to 100 to 200 to 400. And June the 8th, we're going to have an $800 pay center. And what I'm hearing from the top guys, when June the 8th comes, if you're in a position, they're literally saying that day someone's going to make 20, 30, even up to $40,000 that day. Because when June the 8th comes, you're probably going to have about 500, 600 people that's going to upgrade into the $100 pay center. And they're just going to be coming over each other. So some people, probably like the top 10 money earners, they might cycle this, and this is going to be a $3,200 pay center. Actually, this $800 pay center is more combined than all the pay centers all put together. These 5 pay centers equal out to $3,100. But this $800 pay center, when that comes, into existence June the 8th, that's going to be a $3,200 payout. So like most of our upline, who is Dr. Stan, last month when they opened up the $400 pay center, he made over $10,000 that day. And other people made $400, $500, $600, $700, $800 that day. Okay, because what happens is once they open up a pay center, everybody just pay their way in. Because they already got their teams established already. So they just pay their way into them pay centers, and people are cycling literally like 5-10 minutes. So this $800 pay center might literally cycle $50 to $100, 100 times in one day. This one brother, his name was Pastor Steve Parson. He said from 11:30, I think he said to 3:30, he made over $5,000 when they opened up the $400 pay center. So if we hustle in the next almost 30 days, and get into the other levels, and you can get there, you're gonna be blessed, But you're gonna be blessed regardless. Even if you don't get there, if I'm just letting you know the potential and the power of this pay plan is amazing, And actually, the reason why a lot of the top 10 top money earners, they up there in the thousands of dollars, because when the 200 and 400 open, they was in a position to get into them pay centers, and they literally cycle 5, 6, 7 times in that one day, sometimes within hours, So it's gonna be awesome. So that's what an upgrade is. The upgrade is from your 4 payments on each pay center, you're gonna take 2 of them and you want to upgrade to the next level. Okay, that's what we call a upgrade. And let's talk about residual income. A lot of people don't think, but this ultimate cycler is nothing but full of residual income. But the thing about it is, you pay no monthly to get a residual. Okay, because most companies, they bring in 2 people, and they 2 people bring in 2 people, and they all paying $25 a month. And from that 25, the company might give them 50% of that. They might all get $12.50 each, from their 25. But they have to wait every 30 days to get that $12.50. Okay, for ultimate cycler, you can have a person, they can cycle in 2 days, and then 3 days later, they can cycle again. 5 days later, they can cycle again. 4 days later, they can cycle again. So in the 30-day span with ultimate cycler, your $25 pay center can cycle maybe 5, 6 times. So instead of you just getting $12.50 one time every 30 days, ultimate cycler, you can get $600, $700 in 30 days. But yet, we pulling out no money out of our pocket to pay the company for products. That's to me, that's unbelievable. And the thing about it, what actually trumps that is every pay center does the same thing for you. When the $800 pay center comes, imagine somebody just cycling this once a month, $3,200 a month. And so, I mean, when people really understand this, see, actually, this right here, this will be on our website. This 10-minute overview of just how our compensation plan works. This is a marketing tool. Somebody that knows about marketing, that's been in business, if they see this for 10 minutes, they're going to say, whoa, say that again? Because they understand about auto ship. They understand about spending $35 to $100 a month. They understand about having products in their basement and they sell it. Time to just give them to their aunt, their uncle, and they all over the place. Nobody want to buy this stuff no more. And they don't want to pay that $75 next month either. So a lot of people, they drop those auto ships. And once you drop your auto ship, your residual drops. But once you in here, once you get number 3 position filled up, you can never lose in this company, ever. Once you get your money back with 2 people, everything else is pure profit throughout the whole plan of the compensation. That's unbelievable. So we do have residual income. Let's say somebody might ask you, but y'all don't got no residual. I can't do nothing to have no residual. You say, brother, we got better than residual. Like some people say, I'm blessed. And then we that on Christian, we say, yes, you are blessed. Because the Bible said, let everything that have breath praise the Lord. You're blessed. But we're what? Better than blessed. Because wow, we got the Lord for real. So we got better than residual right here. Let's go on. Another thing about these pay centers is that all of them work exactly the same way. So as Pastor Moore, just like Thursday when I did my presentation, once I explained the $50, the $25, and the $50 pay center, the rest was repetitious. I just let the people know, these 2 pay centers, once I let you know exactly how these 2 work, the rest work exactly the same way. And as you know, as we that are learning to do presentations, once you need a 50, when they get the concept, you make sure they get the concept, then you just can go over and say, okay, and when your 6 fill up here, that 100 turns into 400. Okay? When these 6 move down here, this 200 turns into 800. When these 6 move over, this 400 turns into 1600, and then we're gonna get 3200. You know, so once we let the people know that they all work exactly the same way, and they will never change. Okay, so that's another thing. Another thing I want to bring out is every pay center is going to give you a 400% payout. No matter what pay center you in, 25, you're going to come out with 100. That's 400% of your money. And you can use that as you go in the presentations. You can say, now, tell me what bank can you put $25 in, and within days, they'll give you a 400% payout. You know banks give you for what, from 3 to 5%? Something like that? Might not be that much. But you put $25 in the bank, and you go back next year and say, okay, Mr. Banker, how much I made on my money? You probably say, you got $27.50 at the whole year. So we can use these little concepts to let people know that what is most wiser. Let your money sit in the bank dying, or put your money in this structure, and within literally hours, people make $100. Me and Patsy, we've seen people make $100 without even bringing in 2 people. So that could be another marketing tool, another concept that you could use to show people, about this business. But every pay center is gonna pay you out 400%. Another thing is member-to-member payment. Okay, that's another concept that most marketing companies don't have. They got to pay the company gonna slice the money up, and then they're gonna get them a percentage maybe a week or a month later. But we have instant member-to-member payout. That's another selling point. Another selling point that is, is real good about the Ultimate Cycler. Another thing we don't want to forget is the $10 upgrade fee. Okay, we really want to, now with this upgrade fee, the way I do it is I tell them at the end. Okay, now some people, it's all dependent, your personality, the way you want to do your presentation, you could let them know, first you pay the upgrade fee, and then you cycle. But in reality, you must pay the upgrade fee first. You do not upgrade without paying the upgrade fee. You pay the upgrade fee, and then, once the company gets that, then they show you who you have to pay. Okay, for you that upgraded, y'all should know that already. But you can let them know as you're doing a presentation, at the end, I'm gonna let y'all know how the company get paid, since we realized that this company has 100% payout. So, after, we go through the whole presentation, then you can let them know, well, did you ever wonder how the company get paid? And everybody gonna be wondering. Then you tell them about the $10 one-time upgrade fee, and once you upgrade, you never pay that $10 again. That's one and done. For each level that you go to, you pay it one time, and that's it. So actually, since June the 8th, we're gonna have $800 pay center. Actually, the company's gonna make literally $50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You don't pay an upgrade fee on your first level. So out of each person that come in, the company make $50. Now that's pretty good with the company, because once we get 1 million people in here, the company just made $50 million. And if you get 1 million people in here in 2 years, that's not a bad profit for a company. And also the company is actually in the company making money. So the company's doing well. People wonder how is this working? It's working very well. And actually, I checked some other companies out that we're under our umbrella, and he actually got another business that got over 260,000 people, and just in a couple years, they actually started out at $25. So he been on this road before, so he knows this right here is gonna blow that one out. Totally just blow that one out. But that's another thing. Okay, now let's ask this question: what if a person don't upgrade? And this thing's being done because, see what I see here, all of us are gonna be leaders. Sister Dolores, Sister Deborah's, my brother here, Pastor, all of us. And before you know it, about 30, 60 days now, everybody gonna have 10 and 20 personals. So you're gonna have your own group coming out of Team Miracle. Before you know it, you're gonna be naming your own group. This is kind of like our breeding ground that we're gonna produce other leaders and other organizations. Just like Team Miracle came out of Team Breakthrough. Okay? And so you guys, so we just building leaders, And actually, me and Apostle know this is all this church do. You know, one Sunday y'all just got to come and visit and see what happens. This church about this business so much because it just built leaders. You know, we got a number of apostles, pastors, ministers, prophets, teachers, and we just produce them and we just send them out into the world. And this is what we're going to do with Team Miracle. All of y'all, this will be built up leaders. You're going to have your own organizations. You're going to start naming your own groups. But you know, you can always just come home to Papa. You'll come home to Apostle Boy. Say, Apostle, hey, you want to sign up. The Apostle will say, invite. Let's keep inviting. You know.
Find that person.
But, you know, so this is good information. So, you know, as you begin to lead your group, you know, you be able to explain this, you know, to them. So, the question was, what happens if you don't upgrade? Okay, now let's run through this scenario real quick. And we just about done. When you cycle for the first time, I said you had those options. You could take the 100, put it in your pocket, you could leave. You could keep 75 to 100 and we enter again and make another 100. And you could literally do this through the life of the program. You just want to make $100 a week, you could do that. You had to never upgrade. But if you don't upgrade, number one and number two, they might not have the same mindset. They might want to upgrade, and they group might want to upgrade. So if you don't upgrade, it's fine. Number one and number two, they want to upgrade, but guess what? Since you're not there, whatever level you're not on, you can't get paid on. So if you don't upgrade, your sponsor is going to capture number one and two. It's going to be just like he brought them in. And when they bring in VM4, when you should have got the 200, your sponsor is going to get the 200. And when they go over here, you still didn't upgrade, they're going to get your sponsor with the 400, the 800, 1600, and the 3200. So you're going to literally maybe lose about $6,000 because you refuse to pay $50 to get out of this level. And me, because I know, and I've ever tell people the right way, now people can make their decision, but once you tell them the truth, whatever they want to do, so be it. But we as responsible leaders, we want people to make the most money as possible. We want to encourage them and show them the benefits of upgrading and then also show them the detriment of not upgrading. We had one lady, she lost like $700 because she didn't upgrade, you know. And once she realized that, she upgraded pretty much through all the levels. He said, no, you ain't going to catch it next time. I'm going to catch you one. I'm going to get there before they get there, you know. Because remember, this is a business, you know, but then again, it's your prerogative, you know. If you want to stay at the 100, so be it, you know. So that's, you know, you can't actually lose out if you refuse to upgrade. Okay, and the last thing is as we do the presentations, we want to really signal out what happens the first time, and then what happens the second time and thereafter. Okay, as we go on through as we go into the different business centers, the first time we go through, if the people agree to do it the way Team Miracle advised them to do it, the first time you are investing, you're sowing, you're planning, okay? We actually use these terms, especially, we're going to, as we go on the presentation, a lot of Christians, they understand about sowing and reaping, planning, stuff like that. So you can say, hey, your first time you go through, you plant that seed, okay? Your second time go through, now you get your harvest, okay? Sowing, reaping, planting, gathering, this and that. So, you can use any terms that you want, but that's exactly what happened. As you go through your initial time, you're investing up. You're putting that seed in the ground to what? Get 100-fold, 30-fold, 40-fold, 100-fold. But your second time and thereafter, you don't plant it already, and the rest is nothing but harvest. So basically, the first time you go through, out of your 4 payments, you're going to invest 3 of them to go back in and upgrade up. You're going to keep 1. But the second time you go through, out of your 4 payments, now you keep 3, and you just put back 1. Like the word says, sometimes we have need of patience. Sometimes it's better to give up that temporary pleasure of that $100 now, so in the future I can have thousands of dollars. But we do kind of like an Esau, and we want to give up our blessing because we see the food right in front of us, and we eat our seed, and then what you had? You had nothing to, you had nothing for tomorrow. So we really want to encourage people, Brother, listen, I know it's tight. I know your money might be tight. I know the cable bill is there. But listen, upgrade, my friend. don't spend that 100. You know, because last week you didn't have that 100.
Yes.
And you only put in 25. You got your 25 back, you know, so, you know, sometimes people they think they're more desperate than they really are, you know. But now, if it's really an occasion where they just really need that, then let them know. But on the second time around, upgrade as soon as possible. Now, one good thing about when you do upgrade, even if you don't upgrade the first time, when you do upgrade, the company is so fair that you're going to miss out that initial money when your people pass you. But once you cycle, okay, and you go back in, the computer is going to make your people come right back under you.
Wow.
So you're not going to miss out them forever. You're just going to miss that initial, you know, the initial time you wasn't there. But once you get there and cycle, you know, then the computer going to put them back under you, and then they'll start being under you again. They're going to leave your sponsor and come back under you, and then you'll start getting, you know, getting that money from them. So, I mean, that's an awesome concept, you know. But, you know, we really don't want that to happen. But if it does, you know, you kind of like say, you catch them on the rebound. You know, so some folks, you catch on the rebound. Okay. Okay, I don't know if I missed anything, but we'll have like about 5 minutes question and answer, little period. Then we'll have Sister Deborah come up. She's going to about 5-10 minutes, about 10 to 15 minutes. She's going to do a little encouragement and a little teaching about, I think, goal setting. We're going to listen to that, and you know, after that, anybody want to share anything? But right now, we're going up for questions real quick. Maybe something that I missed, or maybe something you might not understand. We could, you know, talk about that real quick. Anybody have anything about the understanding the pay centers? So I got to do such a thorough job. You like, you got it. Anybody? Okay, Sister Doris.
What I wanted to know, say somebody already started 25 and already cycled, and they wanted to jump. They would have to go through the whole process.
Yo, that's excellent. I didn't cover that. Another thing, you can upgrade anytime you choose. You do not have to wait to cycle to upgrade. And with many of the top leaders, this is what they did. And this is why they're in a position. This is why they're making thousands of dollars. They literally came in, got into the 25. As soon as they was marked off, before they even brought a person in, they upgraded to the 50. Once a person marked you off, then you're eligible to upgrade. So they literally, in their first day, they literally went to the 50, to the 100, to the 200, whatever, you know, whatever pay centers was in effect at that time, all the way to the $400 pay center. And that's wise with them. You know, they had the money, they had the means to do it, but it's wise with them because they catching the crowd. Nobody could ever come past them, and they cannot lose